The number one reason why traders fail, obviously we hear it because of psychology, right? You can have a profitable system. I personally use the break and retest, is what I show to my students. I obviously going to be using gold for the example. I'm going to be breaking down obviously these positions here that are these setups here. We applying the break and retest method. It's what I personally use as well. By far the most simple method, especially if you're not using it, by far definitely the method to go with in 2025. But I'm going to be going over different psychology traits, which people applied in the wrong way, and the ones that they are supposed to be using, they never use them, right? And it's super important. Now obviously if I even show you, it's all about transparency. I post about, if I show you my one-to-one mentorship here is my winning trades. You can come in the mentorship, you can check out here. If I actually even show you, the first thing that you even see when you come in the mentorship, guys, you see some of my certificates. I clearly mentioned, obviously it's not all of them. If I just post too many, just be spamming basically. But then you can see some of my videos where one of my students was able to become number 4 on the FTMO leaderboard. And this video here is just the one of many videos on my channel. Check them out. Just passing with low risk, and the low risk is super important. Not when other people on the channel, YouTube channel, say pass your challenges, with free, risking 4% per trade, and if you blow the account, have enough money for like 4 or 5 accounts. That's a load of BS, guys. That's not how you want to trade. So funding certificates, not just from myself, from students, they post their this is all in front of more than I think about 1186 we're up to now. Super fast growing community. But yeah, check that out. Link will be in the video description if anyone is interested of joining. But yeah, so coming back to the point, guys, psychology is another thing that and in my the community, do a group call every Monday, Wednesday and Friday where I come personally myself on live. That's for the elite mentorship. But the point I'm trying to say, guys, is psychology is the key player, right? Now I've always said on my channel, I believe it's 90% strategy, 10% psychology. But when I say 10% psychology, I do not mean that 10% is very weak. No, that 10%, it brings a heavy punch. It's a very heavy handed, what I'm trying to say, that 10% of psychology. So we've got this method here. So let's just break this down and then we'll work through the psychology part and what we would actually go through. So we're going to act like this is a 10k let's just go with the 100k account, and let's just say we've drawn our zones, and we'll start with this one here. We get a nice breakout. So what we'll do is so the chart doesn't move and that's going on a small time frame. Okay, beautiful breakout here, super strong breakout, right? Got my breakout here. Now let me just change the color of this way so it stands out. Okay, breakout here, price comes up, establishes itself up here, and now we're coming down for the retest. Now does it mean that I enter straight away on using the retest? Now I want to make something very clear. The break and retest that I show to my students, it's not this one exactly, right? It is the break and retest, but it's more refined. The zones are much stronger and the entry method is much easier and simpler. But this is just the break and retest. Obviously I'm going to be showing you on my channel as well, because a lot of people just sell this as a course. This should be general public information. It should be for free. So it's what I show on my channel for free. So but still you can try this method, but again it has a decent win rate. Obviously what I show to my mentorship has a much higher win rate. That's why I'm able to pass these challenges within 1 or 2 trades and 1 or 2 days, sometimes maximum 4 days or something. But anyways, okay, breakout candle strong. I'm waiting for price to come down. I want to see some kind of establishment, retest, rejection, whatever you want to call it. And what would that mean here? Do I just take the entry from here? No, we've got to wait for some. So what we'll do is let's go in a smaller time frame, and it's 15 minutes. And remember, guys, the time you want to choose, you gotta stick to it. Don't be doubling through. When I show 15 minute, 10 minute, I'm always sticking it to one time frame. The only reason I'm jumping from time frame to time frame here is for this video purpose only, where you should be only using one time frame. So which entries you can what you basically look for, right? So support is established. We're getting this bullish candle here, but still it's not what I'm looking for. You either want a bullish engulfing, which one you can see over here clearly, or you can even look for breaks of structure as well. So let's go down here and look at this, guys. You know, price has broken. Now me personally, this is a late move, right? This is too far for my liking. If you was to go on a smaller time frame, let me just there are zones within zones, so I won't go to the small time frame. I'll give you look at this, guys. This was a support, you know, price broke through, price come down, but now also look at this, guys. This is a double bottom pattern, indicating a, you know, chance of a price pushing higher. Not only that, guys, this is a inverted double head and shoulder pattern, right? So all these confluences, you can, you know, pretty much take, well, this would be too late. If you did, you still win the trade in this case, but then you want to make your stop loss obviously down here, right? But then you gain 1 to 3, which isn't bad, but it's not what I like to aim for, because my edge, my probably greatest edge is, you know, my ability to draw accurate strong zones, which I obviously if I just bring it, okay, yeah, entry would be definitely from down here. Early, I mean latest for me personally down here, you know, the stop loss below the wicks, still get a nice 1 to 4, you know, happy days. I mean, did they even go all the way up there? Okay, so this is coming back to the point. So suppose we're down here now. Now on the psychology, was emotionally, what kind of challenges would we face once price comes down here, right? So it's like, okay, once we see our setup, you know, confidence. Now this is obviously the 15 traits of successful traders. Now just look at this, guys. How many are you, you know, applying out of all these? You know, just pause the video and ask yourself, you know, how many of these are you applying? You know, focus, realism, you know, resilience and persistence, you know, confidence, patience, long-term mindset, even patience short-term. What do I mean by that? Waiting, you know, just for a short while to get your confluence rather than just jumping in straight away. Look at the kind of different emotions that would, you know, even confidence. What do I mean by confidence? Do you have the confidence to execute? Have you collected enough data? Have you got the back-tested data to take on this position? You know, I execute, you know, without thinking twice. Why? Because my data, I know straight away, like, you know, either I'm going to lose or win. That goes without saying. But the, you know, the data tells me if I have a certain win percentage, certain candlestick patterns I need to look for, then take my entry. What kind of, you know, the quality of the breakout, the, you know, my quality of my zones, everything. If everything goes in place, then I don't have to, you know, am I only taking, you know, double bottom patterns, or head and shoulder inverted, or, you know, you got to have all that data. All the questions need to be answered before you take your trade. So as obviously, so actually there's another one emotion I want to talk about is obviously going through, you know, focus, patience, confidence, the fear of that you might lose the trade. Well, again, from your back tested data, you know, if you've got the, now if I give you an example, look at this, guy, look at this example here, from back tested data, right? The winning trades consistently are in blue, the losses are in yellow, and the greens, I believe they will break even. But come back to the point, because now obviously my live data will not be exactly like this, right? Because emotions were not involved when I was taking this data. But my aim is to make it as close as possible to this, because this here alone is very, very profitable system. Now from this, you know, what kind of information can I take from this? So on average, my biggest losing streak was 4 trades on average, right? My biggest, well, this was the biggest 5, but you know, whenever its losing streak comes, it can get to on average 4 trades losing. The simple ones are just 2 losses, then I become profitable. Now how can I use the information? The way I can use the information is, if I lose 1 or 2 trades, there's a pretty much high chance my 3rd trade is going to be a winner, right? Now if I even show you that of the data that I've collected, and I go far as, even when I've collected my data, guys, I like to even put it on Excel, on my Excel sheet. Why? Because here I like to visually see as well, you know. And now obviously I'm trading other trading instruments, but you know, which the students are fully aware of as well. But it just tells me, guys, that, you know, how much I'm losing, how often I'm losing, how often, you know, you know, when my losing trades will turn up, my winning trades will turn up. It just gives you that confidence to hold position. Well, to, you know, when you're losing in a losing streak, it just gives you that extra, you know, confidence that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Now I want to go over also this one more position before I start dabbling more into psychology. Let's just keep going forward. Okay, so we got obviously a nice breakout. Now preferably guys, you want to just hold this position for this, you know, pretty much the next zone, but this is a nice 1 to 4. Now let's just quickly go over this entry method model here. Okay, this one, if you obviously bullish engulfing, bullish tweezer pattern, all, you know, great signals there. Another one, if you're looking at structure guys, you know, this is the new high. Now we're making higher highs, higher low. This one did break you know, over here, but once we're above support, it doesn't really matter what happens down here. We got a long wick rejections. You know, this was a, I mean, if you look at this guys, we broke through this zone, price comes down, you can just take your entry after this one. It would have worked out, but if you're playing it super safe again below this zone, you still walk away with a nice 1 to 5. Super simple. It doesn't get simpler than that guys. Just one moment. Now when you're on a winning streak guys, you're gonna obviously face euphoria. If you're on a losing streak, you're gonna have the, you know, you're gonna have the fear of your next trade might also be a loss guys. The best way I can say about, you know, when something like this happens is wins and losses, you know, just treat them exactly the same guys. That's my best advice I can give. I mean, if you're gonna lose, right, it's gonna happen. If you're gonna win, it's just gonna happen. It's totally out of your control. The only thing you can do guys is take your best possible setups, right? That's the only thing you can do. Now what do I mean by that? It doesn't mean you just take random 10 trades and you can have a 50% win rate. No, them 10 trades have to be your pretty much A+ setups, your best possible setups, and still them setups can lose. It's just the nature of the game and the, you know, what we're in. Now I want to double down a little bit more into trading psychology. Now I mean, this, like, if you think about it, like the most important trading information, right? Sorry, emotion, the 3 layers of patience. So one is when we say patience, but there's a different layers of patience. When we say confidence, there's different layers of confidence. Every emotion, there's different layers. So waiting for trades, you have to, you know, you have to show patience. Holding on to trades, and that's another level of patience. You know, growing your account, you know, that's another level of patience. Why? What does that mean? Suppose you're on a, you know, small little £1,000 account or $1,000 account. You can't risk 50% of your account because you don't have the patience to wait and do, you know, have it, give it grow like steadily over time. You know, on with a prop firm, you know, I like to risk 0.5% until I create a little bit of a buffer, and then I start risking 1%, and that's how I pass these challenges very nicely, like quickly. I don't care if I pass them in 1 or 2 days. The only reason I passed, if you even look checking my mentorship in the community, the reason why I passed them in 1 or 2 days, there was actually a upload, you can even check the video guys. I passed about 4 challenges within about 5 days, all phase 1s. Well, must be about 1 phase 2, but like the phase 1s are the bigger targets. So why? Just because taking those high quality setups and everything was in my favor, and you know, past the challenges. But was I having the emotion, letting the emotion get the better of me? No, you know. Okay, so waiting for trades. Don't break your rules. Don't get in early. Don't chase price. Holding on to trades. Don't cut winners early. Wait for your TP. These are the levels, different kinds of you know, patient level of skills regarding patience get involved when you know, doing handling. Like, so you have to be just the best in management. You know, once you in a trade, how you manage it. Before you enter a trade, how you manage that time, and after, you know, you lose the trade or win the trade, how you manage that time. Journaling, or are you just complaining and crying because you lost? You know, growing your account, don't risk too much. Don't over leverage. Avoid shortcuts, and have a long-term plan. Is the amount of, you know, emotions like nervousness, overconfidence, fear, greed, anxiety, FOMO, doubt. That's why it's true when they say, you know, when every trader, once you start trading guys, you truly find out what kind of a, you know, person you really are. Me myself, you know, I mean, emotions is something you can never really get rid of. You can only just get used to them and get better and better with them, right? It's just the nature of the game that we're in. You know, it just is what it is. I don't want to make this video too long as well, but if you've got and now I'm going to obviously touch on ways to a little bit before I end this, right, in a few minutes. And if I had to end these, like not end these, sorry, reduce the impact of these emotions on my mind, my well-being, whatever you want to call it. If guys, I want to recommend two things, and trust me, collecting data, meaning backtesting, and journaling after. Now, why these two have a huge link? Because your backtesting is something that you do before you start trading, and your journaling is something that you do after you finish trading, right? Or you can say finished before the day and end of the day. Now, why is it so important? Your backtesting is going to get rid of a lot of emotions. Not rid of, again, I keep using the wrong, it's the wrong word to get rid. It's going to reduce as much, because it's going to give you the confidence. Your backtesting is going to tell you how much TP you should have and how much your stop loss size should be on average. Your backtesting is going to tell you what's your best entry method, right? Your backtesting is where you gain more and more familiar with the zones. I never used to be good at drawing zones. So obviously I've got years of experience, but as chart time, right? Chart time can only be done when you're backtesting. Now journaling, right? Equally important. After you've lost a trade or won a trade, you want to know why you entered, how you were feeling in the live trade, and how you feel after. Think about it, guys. All these things that you do, like with backtesting and journaling, they all help you reduce your emotions, right? Because technical analysis, I can teach it to anyone can pick it up. You don't have to be related to Einstein to know. Emotions is something that you cannot teach how to control them, right? What I mean, you can't teach that. You can only go through it, right? Journaling and backtesting, especially, it's obviously you can only go through when you're in a live trade. But journaling and backtesting is the two things that will help you 100% reduce your emotions. You're not gonna just wake up one day and say, yeah, today I'm going to stress less when I'm in a live trade. I'm going to focus more. I'm going to have more confidence when I'm going to let my winners run. We say all these things before we enter a trade. Once we're in the trade, especially if we're on a losing streak, our whole thought process, our psychology, everything changes. But yeah, so backtesting, journaling, and if you are looking for a one-to-one mentorship from myself, guys, link will be in the video description. You can just come in the community for free, just hang out as well. We'll be adding a chess tournament as well, and just getting more engaged. But yeah, link will be in the video description. Like, comments, subscribe, share, and or just drop in just to say hi to me and everyone else. I hope you found value from this. Take care, and I'm out.